Hello lovelies, it's April favourites time, and of course I've got my tea ready. Now April was an interesting month. It was both really good and just really stressful. For one, I had about, was it about 14,000 words worth of essays to hand in that were all done thankfully, and I also had my birthday, which was definitely the highlight, and I got up to some really kind of fun stuff because I don't know about you, but when it's my birthday month I'm kind of just like, well, treat yourself kind of thing. So I kind of let myself a bit more coffee than I probably should, let myself a bit more cake, and I just kind of have a fun month, especially when you need comfort food because of essays. But anyway, enough of that, let's get right into it. For the first couple of things, I thought I would just start off with the kind of extra things that don't really fit into a category. I guess it's like home, and this is my Moomin money box, and I just think he is adorable. I don't know about you, I grew up reading the Moomin comics. Well, I say comics, they were sort of in a proper, like a proper book, not like a kind of throwaway ones, and I just loved Moomin so much. So my dad got this for me for my birthday, and I just think he is so cute. I actually need a money box, not that I'm like sounding like I'm like 12, but honestly I get so much change, I get so many pennies and 5 pences, and I just don't really do anything with them, and I just realised how bad that is. So I've got this now to put it away and then save it up and then see if there's any money there. But I just thought he was really cute. It's a new addition to my home. I haven't had anything for a while, so that's really exciting. If you watched my, I think it was my February favourites, or maybe it was my March, probably February, I talked about the fact that I've built an inspiration board, and by inspiration board I literally just mean a pin board where I've stuck postcards on. It's a bit of a posh name for it, but for me it's just a way of trying to find kind of creative inspiration. And this month I added 5 new cards that I bought for myself to the board. Now the first 2 are from Rifle Paper Co, which if you don't know them, they're just really fab, and it's this really sort of lovely Marie Antoinette card, which was so expensive actually. I think they were like £3.50, and this, funnily enough, happy birthday card. One of my friends was like, why do you buy yourself happy birthday cards? And I was like, it's for the design, I'm not just being really sad. And I just love it obviously because the floral crown, and just so cool. And there's the first 2. And I also got 2 from Anthropology, and I'm going to try and find the name rather than just saying they're from Anthropology, because those 2 were from Paper Chase, but I think it's better to know the actual designer because it's a bit stupid otherwise. So this one is from a site called Fetch and Follow, and it's by someone called Natalia Himakowski. I'm assuming she's Russian or something, or Himakowski. Yeah, she did Russian, but I'm not doing a very good job at that. Maybe she's Polish, I don't know. And this is just a really lovely, super high quality card. It's sort of like watercolour paper, and it's just really great. And 1% of the profits from this goes to animal charities, which is always good. I do love my dogs, and this is just so cute. The other one is by Liz Templey, and it is this absolutely gorgeous design. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it's the Taurus bull, and it has the sort of constellation in it as well, and I just think it's really sweet. It's not really, as you can tell, my usual vibe. It's not in bright pastels or anything, but I just love the pretty watercolour. I think it's so great, and I do love star signs. I don't follow star signs at all, haven't read mine in years, but I just like the whole idea of it. I like being a bull, nice and stubborn. I am very stubborn, so this does actually fit me. And the final one is from Chase and Wonder, and it's another dog, and if I say so myself, it's a very sassy dog. It reminds me of my own dog. I feel like if my dog was human, she would be like this. And it's this beautiful, very kind of posh, ostentatious looking dog, and I just love it. Chase and Wonder, if you don't know them, they do brilliant designs, and I've been a fan for so long. They're all in this kind of old school design type, so they're great if you're buying presents for maybe someone who's a bit older, or someone like me who appreciates this kind of thing, and I just absolutely love it. Another kind of random thing for that pin board that I have, which you're probably going to think a bit weird that she bought that, is this little parrot from Paper Chase. I don't really know why I thought let's get a parrot for the pin board, but I really love exotic birds, and I just thought why not. It sort of hooks onto a service, so I can like hook it onto my finger like that, and so I've just sort of tried to kind of force it onto the bottom of my pinboard. It doesn't really work, but I just love it. It's so cute. In store they had them on those sort of, you know, copper grid, you know what I mean, the copper grid things, so they're sort of stuck on like that. So if you have a board like that, this is actually perfect because it can stick on like this. On mine it's sort of like diagonally like that, and I'm struggling a little bit, but I just thought it was really cute and a really fun little touch. If you're into kind of quirky stuff like me, this is just perfect. The final thing in this sort of non-category, I haven't really given you a category, is this really cute little flamingo pen. I've always wanted something like this. They're so sort of impractical but so cute, and this was actually given to me by Jess from Jess and Josh Cook, which was such a nice little gift, and I'm just going to use it and be all sassy with my little flamingo pen. It's just so cool. I think this is it from New Look? I don't know, I can't remember. Maybe Jess can help me out there. I don't remember where it's from. I think it was from some high street brand that I know well. Maybe New Look, I'm not sure though. Next up, let's talk about clothes, and one of my favourite things this month has been my new dress. Don't know if you can see it. It has a sort of slip underneath, and then you have this kind of, I don't really know what the fabric is, very sort of thin fabric that goes over with all this really beautiful embroidery, and it has sort of words on it as well, and it's just gorgeous. It's a really kind of, I don't know, romantic sort of take on the embroidery trend. Like, it's not too sort of solid, it's very like light and floaty, and I have just loved it this month. I think it is so adorable, and this is from Topshop. I think it's about £42, I think, which for Topshop isn't actually that bad because sometimes they like to overprice things to like infinity. So I was quite pleased with this, and it's just such a pretty dress that can kind of work both as like a formal thing and quite like laid back. So I just love it. Another thing in the sort of like clothes department is these really cute pyjamas. I'm going to try and get them out to you properly. Hang on. Pyjamas always fold themselves and they just look so bad. You're trying to get like, okay, we're good. So there you go. It's these New York pyjamas with the little dachshund and a hot dog, which I just love, and it's from a brand called, I think, Chelsea. Yep, Chelsea Piers New York. And I found them on ASOS and I fell in love. I was looking at them I think about 2 months ago, and I was like, I need these in my life, and I just think they're so cute. They come with these really cute, super short though, pyjama bottoms, and I just love them. And I think, oh, they're just so cute. I love it, and they're so comfy too, which is always a plus. The t-shirt is a little bit see-through, which can be annoying if you're kind of walking around the house in them, but I just kind of put them on like just when I'm in bed, not really walking around, because it is a bit like revealing. I'm not really sure how to fit this one into a category, but it is Bazaar magazine, and I kind of just wanted to talk about this because they were so pretty. It's their May issue, so the one they sold last month, and it's just so pretty. They have all these beautiful floral spreads, and obviously the cover is gorgeous, and I just think I haven't been excited about a fashion magazine in a long time. Honestly, I don't really buy them that much, and I used to buy a lot. Now I kind of just buy home magazines. But having seen this one and all the beautiful photos, I just fell in love. Maybe it's the florals winning me over, but I just thought, Bazaar, you did a really good job this month, and it is a beautiful magazine. The next thing that won't surprise normal viewers, and I don't really know why I've done this now after the magazine, but oh well, trying to stick to categories, epically failing, is these cute socks, which I don't think I've shown to you guys before. I'm trying to get them to sort of show off. And they are bunny socks, actually from Topshop. I usually get all my socks from ASOS, at least the cute ones, and I just think they're so sweet. They sort of wrap around the ankle and you have the cute bunnies on them, and they are just adorable. I also got a pair that my sister and her boyfriend bought for me, and they are, is it Narwhal? I think Narwhal socks. So that too many times now, I'm questioning everything. And they're really cute. They're in this super pretty like baby pink colour, and they've got the glittery narwhals on them, and I just think these are so cute, more wearable than the bunny socks. They're probably going to rip really soon, and I just thought, so cute. The final two sort of tangible favourites that I can actually show you are these two beauty products. Is it beauty? I always don't know. Can you classify moisturiser as beauty, or is that just skincare? Who knows? Anyway, the first one is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Bomb. Now actually I tried this a while ago and I sort of used it and I didn't really notice much of a difference. But what happened is I tried a lot of other moisturisers and my skin got very dry, and then I came back to this one and I realised it's actually so good for moisturising your skin, and I noticed a real difference now. I was sort of using it and not realising the difference, you know what I mean, because I kind of forgotten how bad my skin was, but then I came back to it and I've just found it really moisturising. My skin is quite sort of oily and can get quite dry, so if you're sort of similar it might work for you too, and I just think it's really great. It feels a bit greasy when it goes on, but actually afterwards it feels very light and airy, which is great. And the other favourite is this Pixie by Petra Copper Peach palette, which I reviewed on my blog if you haven't seen it already, and has some really beautiful, gorgeous shades, and it's just so kind of light and shimmery, and it really does last a while. But the only thing I will say about this that I did say in the review is a few of the shades aren't so pigmented, and also they're very different to the colours. Like this one just comes out so much lighter than it looks. It looks really dark, but it comes out quite light brown, which is really bizarre actually, and then the one that looks lighter actually comes out darker, so don't know what that's about. So another favourite I've had this month, which I can't show you because it's a TV show, is Taskmaster. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's a Dave TV show, which is like a UK channel here, which is a very sort of guy orientated channel. It kind of markets itself that way, being called Dave, and it's basically a show where they have about 5 comedians every week in sort of like different series. So for one series you have the same 5 comedians, and they all have to do these really sort of silly tasks, and it's just really interesting because well, I mean, one, the tasks are really ridiculous, but also there's always like a loophole, so it's like really entertaining to see who gets the loopholes and the ways that they try and kind of work around the problem. Like for example, I'm trying to think of one. They had to sort of melt a giant block of ice on one round, and then you just see all these inventive ways. So, you know, some of them put it in the oven, some of them put it in the bath, etc. And I just think it's a really fun show if you're looking for something a little bit different. That's sort of my sort of favourites, but I thought as always I would talk about where I've been, because that kind of works into my favourites too. So this month, where have I gone? Every time I film this video I'm just thinking like, what have I done this month? One thing I did was I went to Kew Gardens for my birthday, and that was really fun. I love Kew Gardens. Every time I go I kind of always think there isn't as much to it as I think there is, but it's a lovely place if you want to go for a long walk and then go to the greenhouses, even though they closed the fish bit, which is my favourite bit on my birthday. But it was just really fun, and we went to this cafe every time. I forget what it's called. I think it's the Greenhouse or the Kew Greenhouse or something, but it's got nothing to do with Kew Gardens, and it's this really great cafe with really like nice cake. I posted on my Instagram if you want to check it out, and it has this really beautiful like little kind of greenhouse room with marble tables, and it's just so pretty. And I went there last time I went to Kew, and honestly if you do go, don't go to the Kew Gardens cafe, go to that because it's right next to the station and it's just so nice. What else did I do this month? I also went to Sketch for the second time, which was amazing. I love Sketch. I have to say this time the service was about 10 times better, because I remember last year thinking it was a bit kind of rude and I felt a bit, I don't know, uncomfortable, but this time the service was sort of, it obviously paid a lot of attention to it because we had about 3 different people that served us, and it was just really lovely, and the food was amazing, and it was just quirky and weird and everything that Sketch is. So if that's what you like and you don't really like the stuffy vibe so much, then I definitely recommend going to Sketch because it's so fun. Like the artwork by David Shrigley, and the bathrooms, or Shirley is it? The bathrooms as well, with the kind of egg capsules. It's just so bizarre and so weird, and I think it's the most effective for getting you lost in this kind of different world. It's just amazing. Another place that I've gone to, where have I gone? I went to the Clerkenwell Grind after going to the Bloggers Who Brunch launch, which was amazing. I got to meet Lexi Life 95, otherwise known as Katie. Her name wasn't actually Lexi, if you're wondering. And I got to see Jade Imogen, is it 94 again? Whatever. I always forget people's usernames if they have a number. I think it's 94. I'm sorry if it's not. And she's another YouTuber, and I'll put her link down below. And it was just really lovely to meet some new bloggers and have a bit of a socialise, and that was just so nice. And then Clerkenwell grind was absolutely beautiful. I've seen photos of it and it is just gorgeous. It's by far my favourite grind, even though it's a bit more formal than the other ones. It's not really the sort of place you'd feel comfortable taking a laptop, that's what I would say, because it's more of a bar than most of the grinds I've been to. Like the one in Shoreditch is completely different. This one's just very like, I don't know, formal? Is that the best way to describe it? Probably, yeah. Now I'm gonna think, what else have I done this month? I've just remembered what I've been doing with my month, apart from essays, because honestly, essays took over my life. I was in the countryside, which was lovely, in Suffolk, which is a really lovely place, and I went sort of pastel house image hunting, and I found loads of really cute little houses. We also went to visit Ickworth House, which is a really gorgeous house. I'll put some photos because it's absolutely stunning, and I just had the nicest time in between lots of essay stress, because that was most of my month. But anyway, I think that's it for this month actually. I thought there would be more, but I'm planning to film a what I got for my birthday video if anyone's interested in that, and I'll show you all the things I got, not in a boasty way because I know it can come off like that, but just because I don't really buy stuff that often, and it'll be something to show you guys, because I'm awful with hauls. I just don't really have them that often. I just don't buy stuff very often. Apart from coffee, I buy a lot of coffee. But anyway, thank you for watching, lovelies. I hope you have a great week, and what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, may the 4th be with you. That was cheesy, right? Bye, lovelies.